If you're wondering about what to study, do not study finance or law. Why? Because of one reason. Those two careers do not provide as much value to society as other careers. Or simply that those careers are not as useful to society as a whole as other careers, such as building things or creating things. And also business. Like, what is business? There's no such a thing as like marketing, and like those things are important, but are not as important as an engineer and as an or type of people who are able to create more value and progress and development to society. Sure, like finance and law. I mean, the allocation of resources improve the allocation of capital. When you have allocation of capital and resources, you're able to create things. So sure, it's important, but we need to encourage more people to go into fields in STEM, math, science, physics, and other type of fields like that, and not law and not finance. And people, one reason why people didn't study as much computer science before or science or before is that there were not people hiring, or their salaries were not as high. Now, sure, I mean, jobs in Wall Street are very high, and you could be an investment banker or whatever you want to be, but like the value you provide to society is not as valuable. So for me, I like trading. I like to trade stocks, and it's fun because we're able to learn about companies and how that works, and the ins and outs of that company, earnings, finance, accounting, all of that. That's fun. I like to do it. However, a few years ago, I realized that maybe if I can find a way to automate it or do it less, it would be a lot better than just being there, spending valuable time just trading stocks, which becomes a little bit meaningless. Again, I'm not saying it's important. Of course, it's important because finance and jobs allow for a better allocation of resources. I get that. However, we need to encourage more people to build, to create. I talked about a few weeks ago, about the Mark Anderson essay that it's time to build, and we need to have more creators. We need to have more people who are engineers, and creators as a whole, because those are the ones who build things, and those two are the ones who allow for progress and innovation and growth. So if you're wondering about what to study, do not look at the salary mean or average or the salary whatever. I think when you're looking for something to study, you should first something that you like, of course, something that doesn't feel like work. And the other thing that the average salary doesn't mean anything. What means in how a person becomes a billionaire or super wealthy is how much value they provide to society. A billionaire entrepreneur, a lot of them at least, become wealthy because they're able to get certain people and a group of people together to work on something that was better than whatever existed before. So that way, whatever you do, it becomes more valuable, and because you took the risk and you were smart enough to get the group of people to do something together, and you took the risk and you had that stake. That's how you become wealthy, or a billionaire, or a millionaire, or whatever you do. However, when you focus on something that you like and you provide so much value to society, you're going to be wealthy if that's your goal. If that's your goal, oh, fine, do whatever you want. But please do not study careers, maybe you're talented in that, but maybe reconsider studying careers in law, finance, and in business. Great businesses do not come from business schools. Look at the biggest companies, like marketing and business management and all of that. That is important, but not as important as creators. Just look at the biggest companies and realize that the best businesses do not come from Harvard Business School. They just don't come from that. They come from engineers, creators, and people who are able to build things. If you're able to build things, the amount of value you provide to society is automatically going to be more valuable and way bigger than someone who works in marketing or in law or in finance and in all of that. And not only that, the world needs more people in these areas to accelerate and to avoid things that are happening right now. Like, if we had more people who were involved in creating and doing things, maybe we could change how we see the world and react to these effects. In China, as an example, most politicians, I think a third, are engineers or scientists. If you look at the US, I think we only have one scientist. And yeah, I think I actually got to meet him, Bill something. I think he was a physicist, an entrepreneur, and now he's he's a senator. Something to think about. I mean, we definitely need more people in the STEM fields and in technology, and get people away from the numbers of the average salaries. It doesn't mean anything. What matters is the amount of value you provide to your people, and depending on that's the value you will get in return. Hope you find it useful, and there's some loudness. I hope you find it useful and consider. Just a thought. I'm not trying to make you be a creator, but just consider it. Thank you.